President Donald Trump had a total meltdown on Tuesday night over the continued fallout from the Epstein files, even calling some of his supporters stupid. I love it. Here's what he wrote on True Social. The radical left Democrats have hit pay dirt again. Oh, have we? Just like with the fake and fully discredited Steele dossier, the Line 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell, which the Dems swore had come from Russia. No, it came from Hunter Biden's bathroom. And even the Russia scam itself, totally fake and made up story used to hide crooked Hillary Clinton's big loss in the 2016 presidential election. These scams and hoaxes are all the Democrats are good at. It's all they have. They're no good at governing, no good at policy, and no good at picking winning candidates. Also, unlike Republicans, they stick together like glue. Wait, are you kidding me? Wait. Democrats understand that they are the party that constantly shits on their left flank. They're currently trying to crush Zoran Mamdani in favor of sex pest Andrew Cuomo. I mean, come on. I mean, you're kidding me, right? Oh, yeah, no, the Democrats, they stick together. They're like glue. Bro, you were running the biggest cult in the country, okay? Seriously. And you want to say the Democrats? No. Let me just say that. Again, Democrats hate I'm talking about the party establishment, okay? Hate the left and constantly attack the left and try to reach out and get Trump voters, and that's why they lose. They completely ignore the left. They ignore progressives, and they tell them, you better vote blue no matter who, except for that guy, because he's a little too far left. And he actually challenges our donor class. Come on. But anyway, Trump, getting back to him, he continues. He says, their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. If that's a hoax, then why the hell is Ghislaine Maxwell in prison? I mean, seriously. Is she in prison for nothing? For no reason? Well, that seems like a miscarriage of justice. If there were no victims, no trafficking victims, no... What do you mean? Like, it's a hoax. What are you talking about? It's a hoax. Ridiculous. More. My past supporters have bought into this bullshit hook, line, and sinker. They haven't learned their lesson and probably never will, even after being conned by the lunatic left for 8 long years. Oh, the projection here is so good. I have had more success in 6 months than perhaps any president in our country's history. And all these people want to talk about with strong prodding by the fake news. And and the success-starved Dems is the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. Let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. He's talking about his own followers, calling them weaklings. Don't even think about talking of our incredible and unprecedented success, because I don't want their support anymore. Thank you for their attention to this matter. Make America great again. Wow. Weaklings. He also called them stupid in other posts. Do you hear that, though? Hey, Trump doesn't want your support if you want to expose the pedos in the government. The client list. Weird. Look, I can't tell you for sure that Epstein was murdered, okay? Or if Donald Trump's even on the client list. I suspect he is. And certainly his reaction is making me think that, oh, yeah, not only did Epstein not unalive himself, but, maybe, but yeah, Trump's probably on it. Look, Pam Bondi said she had the files sitting on her desk. And now she's like, oh, yeah, no, that not only, right, are they gone, but they actually never existed in the first place. I never had them on my desk. What are you talking about? Somebody's lying here. And it's looking like the Trump administration, shocker, who before, by the way, getting into power, had spent years pushing the Epstein story. It's like, we're gonna expose the whole thing. And again, not just Trump, but people like J.D. Vance, who in December of 2021 asked this: what possible interest would the government have in keeping Epstein's clients secret? If you're a journalist and you're not asking questions about this case, you should be ashamed of yourself. What purpose do you even serve? Then you also had an October 2024 interview, less than a month before the election that made him vice president. Vance told podcaster Theo Von, quote, "We need to release the Epstein list. That is an important thing." It's not so important anymore, is it? But not only Vance, you had both FBI Director Kash Patel and Deputy Director Dan Bongino. Yes, who had both accused the government before getting into the power of covering up Epstein's death. They publicly called for the release of the Epstein list. And then, oh, look at that. They get jobs in the government and suddenly, what Epstein list? There's no client list. It's a conspiracy. I mean, Kash Patel has publicly argued, quote, "The conspiracy theories just aren't true, never have been." He also went on Joe Rogan's podcast to urge people to stop asking questions. Which, again, of course, only leads to more questions. And not everyone in the administration is backing off, though. No, there are Republicans, by the way, who are like, no, I'm not buying this. I want to know the truth. Weirdly, Representative Lauren Boebert and Speaker Mike Johnson, they want to appoint, or at least Boebert wants to appoint a special counsel. Now, what's funny about that is her idea is, why don't we appoint Matt Gaetz? Are you sure Matt Gaetz, who himself faced accusations and an ethics probe over alleged sex trafficking of a minor? You want to appoint that guy to look into the Epstein stuff? Come on. They're so close, but they're not there. They're just not there. But look, here's the thing, though. There are some serious questions about Epstein and his death. For one, again, as I mentioned, if there's no clients, no victims, why the hell is Maxwell in prison? And why are they preventing her from, because she said, I will be willing to testify about all this. And Republicans are like, nah, no. They also shot down the vote to release the Epstein files. That's really weird. And another weird thing, why is there 3 minutes missing from the supposed raw surveillance footage from Epstein's cell? Now, I originally thought, because this was the reporting here, that there was only 1 minute missing. No, it turns out there's 3 minutes. 3 minutes are missing from the footage. According to an analysis by Wired, the so-called raw file was stitched together using Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, I happen to work with Premiere Pro on a daily basis to do these videos. And so, yeah, I know what that looks like. And so you can tell when you put two videos together. So now, one of those video clips was originally 4 hours and 19 minutes long. That file had nearly 2 minutes and 53 seconds that were trimmed off of it. The cut occurs at 11:58 p.m., milliseconds before a 1 minute gap in the footage that Pam Bondi previously blamed on a nightly system reset. The second clip resumes at exactly 12 a.m. Analysis of the metadata shows that the file was modified a couple of times on May 23rd, 2025. Again, this is for video that's 6 years old, okay, over a span of more than 3 hours, which contradicts official claims that the raw video was untouched. That's what raw is supposed to mean. Internal markers within the footage also point to post-processing edits. So what does that mean? How can this, like, what did they remove anything? What's going on here? There's a lot of questions now. Now, when Wired asked the Department of Justice for comment on the edits, a spokesperson was like, I refer you to the FBI. And then the FBI is like, I decline to comment. Oh, okay. Nothing weird going on here. Oh, everything's above board. What? No. Look, not only that, and take this, as you will, okay? Believe him or not, but there was a man that was held in the same cell as Epstein, not at the same time, obviously, but you had Colombo crime family mobster Michael Franzese, who spent time in that very cell. He claims, oh, there's no way that you could unalive yourself in that cell. Here's his quote. Speaking to News Nation, there's just no way. There's just no way to hang yourself. There's nothing from the ceiling. There's nothing from the, you'd have to be he doesn't use the term little person, but to be sensitive, that's what I'm going to use. Little person, and work really hard to try to hang yourself. And I don't think you're going to accomplish it at that point. I did 8 years in prison, and I haven't experienced cameras being broken and a perfect storm of correctional officers not walking those cells. They walk in and they look at you and look in on you all the time. As a matter of fact, sometimes it's embarrassing to go to the toilet because they're walking past you and looking in the cell constantly. So not only would you not have privacy, he says, I don't understand how you would be able to do it. You have to hang yourself from something. There's nothing on the ceiling that you can hang a bed sheet on. The bed is not that high. I mean, you'd have to try to lay down on the floor in some way because Epstein was a fairly big guy, especially from what I understand. Epstein was on suicide watch for a while. And when you're on that, of course, they watch you very, very closely. Trust me on that. So I just can't buy it. I cannot buy it. I'm sorry. And I have no horse in this race other than my experience and the fact that I just couldn't see it happening. Look, again, believe him or not, he would happen to be the voice of experience here since he was staying in that very prison. And if he's saying, no, there's no way. No way. You add that to everything else that's going on and what seems to be a very obvious cover-up, it points to something there. Something that apparently Trump is very, very desperate to not let people know about. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.